you've gone through this long journey in this story and this healing, and it's continuous. I understand that, but you've done what so many patients I love to hear are giving back to others now, are giving their purpose now is to help others. And that's what you're doing. And can you go into that and Recondition Your Life Academy and your work right now?
Sure. Yeah. So it was, I mean, that's what I put, everything that happened to me was to lead me to this. Absolutely. And it was such a blessing. However much, I went through was to lead me to this, because I always say that, and I use this with clients as well, when they're kind of, and a lot of clients, when they start working with me, are in the victim mentality, which is understandable at the beginning of their journey when they've just been diagnosed with cancer or something awful has happened to them. And I deal with people at all ends of the spectrum, from, violent marriages to cancer to all sorts of things. And so when they're in that victim mentality, I always say you have the opportunity here to reframe this and to look at it as a blessing. And it's really hard to do when you're in the situation. But if you can do that when you're in the situation and know that this is happening for a reason, you will be led to your purpose. And that's absolutely what happened to me. And so now I was within my journey, because I told you it took a decade for me to go into full remission. But during that time, I was getting a lot better, and I was learning. I studied nutrition. I studied so many different things. And so I started writing about natural health. And then after having my kids, natural parenting and all of that, started speaking about it and writing articles, a lot of articles about things like epigenetics, a really big passion of mine, because I just think that it's just so important for us to understand that our genes are not our destiny. And, our lifestyles control everything, what we do with our lives physically, but also the mental and physical. And so my journey taught me that, like I said before, it's the mind, body, and spirit, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And if one of those is out of alignment, everything else isn't going to work optimally. And I really learned that. And so that was the understanding, that was the thing that put my work together and enabled me to understand that what I need to offer people is a unique way of being able to heal by conflating all of those. So healing all of those. So even if someone can come to me with an autoimmune disease, or someone can come to me because they are single and they are not manifesting their ideal partner, or someone can come to me because they are not living in their purpose and don't know what career they need to be in. All of it requires healing. All of it requires the same process. We need to go back and heal the inner child. We need to uncover trauma. We need to, uncover limiting beliefs, learn how to reprogram them, learn how to use brain training and neuroplasticity to reprogram those neural pathways in the brain. I do ancestral healing with clients and work with women on their divine feminine, putting them back into their divine feminine, stepping into their purpose. There's a massive part of what I do, core essence and purpose. What is your purpose? Repressed emotions. And so the physical side of it ends up being such a small part. I mean, it's a big part as well, the nutrition and supplements. And I think supplements, by the way, I think that we should be getting everything we can from food, and where we can't, we should supplement. But in a lot of these cases, obviously, these people do need supplements. Plant medicines, the earth has given us everything we need to be able to thrive, and we need to go and find how that fits in with our lives. And an individualized approach is so, so important. So I do that with my private clients, but I also have the Recondition Your Life Academy, which is a group course that I run. It's just for women. And it goes through 12 modules over 12 weeks of everything basically that I've just said and more, to kind of literally recondition your life. And my podcast is called Reconditioned. And when I was trying to think of the name for the course, I thought, well, why do I need to do anything else? It does what it says on the tin, that it's reconditioning your life from the inside out. And that is my focus, and that very much is my purpose. And I'm so grateful to be able to be doing it and to be able to be providing people with the tools, because the kind of feedback I get is, so amazing for me. And I'm in gratitude every day that I get to hear this. But it's the kind of feedback that is so rare to hear, it's the kind of feedback you probably get. And, in terms of just literally being able to transform people's lives, because the kind of things you're healing their bodies with are just, they've never experienced it before. And when you go within and you kind of uncover all the trauma and you do all the inner work as well, because your body can't be healthy if your mind and your soul and your spirit are not healthy. And so people are releasing everything that is enabling illness to be present in them. And I'm helping them kind of shift the identity behind the thing that is keeping them in illness. Because often the thing that's keeping us in illness is this identity of I'm a sick person. And the secondary gain as well. I see that a lot. Once people have been ill for so long, it's scary, the concept of being healthy. And if I have to work, and what if I get ill again? I have to go out with people, I have to make arrangements. That's scary. So I work with them a lot on secondary gain and stuff like that. But essentially, it's a whole person approach. And from so far, thank God, it works every time. So, and I'm sure you can attest to that with how you work as well.